Hi, it's Olivia, and I've been wanting to do another reading vlog, and this is going to be a very eventful week, so I figured why not start it today. But in a couple hours, I will be getting on a flight to go to New York for Bookcon, which is why the weekend will be all eventful. One book I'd love to finish is this book called When Breath Becomes Air. It's a memoir by a neurosurgeon who passed away from lung cancer, and it was published, after his death. But I started it and I haven't finished it, but it's really short. And so I think I'll have time to read something else. And I have had these two books staring at me for weeks. They've been like glaring at me saying, Olivia, you gotta read me. Because it feels like every person in the YA world on Booktube has read these. They have so much hype. I think that's why I've avoided them for a long time. But the first one is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabatir. And I was sent these copies. I was sent both of them by Penguin Teen. And I was excited because, I thought, okay, let's see what the hype is about. I'm excited to see, because I've also seen people who don't read YA who have read these and said that they liked it. Like, oh, they really enjoyed it. So I have high hopes. Before I go to the other side of the country, I need to finish packing, clean my room. I need to get my life together. Okay. So clearly I'm at the hotel now. It's just after hours and hours of waiting. I had the flight and then I was waiting there for a little bit and I had to wait to be able to check in. So it's just been a lot of just sitting around and doing nothing. I've been making my way through When Breath Becomes Air. It's really short, but I'm taking my time with it. It's really fascinating to me, and also his passion for literature. I feel like he's giving me all these book recommendations because he is talking about the books that he loves. He keeps quoting people, and you ever have like a teacher maybe who does that? Like they're always talking, they're like, oh, I love this author or someone, and you feel like you just need to write down everything that they recommend. That is me with this book. So I'm just like enjoying my time with it. But right now I'm absolutely starving and I think I'm gonna go on the hunt for some pizza. And look at this view. You can see it because it's been kind of, it's been overcast. I love the way that looks. The fog just hanging over the top of the buildings. So gorgeous. Hello again. I am currently at the park where the weather is so beautiful, which means I must be back in California. Yes, days have gone by. The moment I'm surrounded by people, I just can't pick up the camera and put it in front of my face. I feel awkward. I can't do it. So vlogging was a big fail, so what I'm going to do now is just recap and then put some of the footage that I did get over me talking. I went on Saturday, and then I kind of went on Sunday, and I'll explain that in a minute. It started for me out with this Fierce Reads breakfast. I won the lottery for this, and so you had to have a ticket, and it was a limited person event, and it was so cool. I honestly feel like having gone to that event alone, I feel like I accomplished so much at that event because I got to see so many authors. There's so many authors from Victoria Schwab, Marissa Meyer, Tomi Adeyemi, like there's so many people were there, and they got to sit at the table with you and talk and sign for much longer than your average signing, It's just really cool. My heart just so happy to see Tomi Adeyemi. Like her reaction to my book defacing is something I will remember forever. If I haven't shown that, I'll enter that here. I don't think I've shown it yet. But when I showed her at Y'all West, this was her reaction.
Oh god.
It's the coolest thing. I just took a picture.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm sorry. I hope you got that on tape. And like,
it's so beautiful. We had all these people, and yet she saw me and she gave me a hug and said, hi, Olivia. She's such a sweet person, and I just met so many other booktubers too. There's a lot of other people who were just around at the event, and I saw basically all of them, and it was really cool. On Friday, I went to rent a bike through Central Park, and I paused to step away for like 5 minutes to take a picture. And that was all my fault for not locking it. I wasn't provided a lock when I rented the bike, and it was stolen. and it cost $200. So that put a damper on my trip, and I decided I didn't want to pay $40 for the Sunday Bookcon badge. Something about the Javits Center is only the show floor really is closed off to those with badges, but the rest of the food court, even some of the panel areas, I don't know if they should have been, but on Sunday I still walked over because I really wanted to go back. And I went to, like, there was a little booktube meetup, and I ran into some authors on the escalator. Like, I still went on Sunday, I just didn't walk on the show floor, and it was still good. So, I mean, if you're in the area and you don't have a badge, just hang out at the Javits Center. To continue with some word vomit, I just wanted to also speak on something. Past couple years, diversity in literature has been something that people are really vocal about. People preach diversity in literature, in the bookish, in booktube, in the publishing industry. There's been this like movement to see it. It's something that is a long time coming. I'm at the park, sorry if you can hear the kids screaming, but I really do think it's one thing to see so many people talking about it. It's one thing to like preach it and say it, and another thing to actually see it. And so there's all these events, and you look at the panels, you look at the lineups, and wonderful authors, but I feel like it's lacking the movement that I'm hearing so much about, you know? It's like we preach diversity, but I'm not seeing it. I don't see diverse panels. I don't see just some opportunities presented in the same way. And it's just really exciting to see some, like, there's still a long way to go, but I feel like there's a lot of progress made at this Bookcon. It's exciting. And it's really cool to be surrounded by people you know who have the same passions and like love for books. So you don't feel like the odd one out if you bring up a book or talk about your love for it. You are in your element. I'm very happy I went, and I'm excited to see where we continue to go, you know, with Bookcon. And I had a great time. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can stop talking. Oh, there's a bug on An Ember in the Ashes. I hadn't gotten to An Ember in the Ashes, but I did work my way through this, and on the flight home I finished it. Like the moment the plane landed was the moment I like flipped the last page of here. There's a lot to say about this little book, and it's heartbreaking to know it's short for a reason, but yeah, hopefully a separate review is to come. Hi again. So I feel so odd about this because I don't normally talk to the camera this much for a vlog. I normally have little like montages, and I was gonna do one of me reading An Ember in the Ashes, me doing little time lapses of reading it in different places in my house, but you know what? I'm just gonna be honest. The only place I've read it is in my bed, and I was reading it a little bit when I went to IHOP, but I haven't even gotten that far because I had like a headache. It's a day later from when I last spoke, and I just had a headache, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch The Office and slime videos on Instagram. Oh my god, those are my addiction. I love slime videos on Instagram. And then also people's Bookcon vlogs are starting to roll in, so you know, that's all I'm doing with my time. I'm not reading, but I did want to briefly talk about this book that's been kind of like my nightstand book that's, you know, just sits there. But The Future of the Mind by Michio Kaku. This is what it says right there. The scientific quest to understand, enhance, and empower the mind. If you didn't already know, I find the neuroscience just absolutely fascinating. And not only neuroscience, but also astronomy. And I'm only on like one chapter of this because this is something, you know, I want to kind of soak in. It's why it's on my bedside. I want to read it over a long period of time. Wait, no, look at the list of acknowledgements. It's very long. But the first sentence says, the two greatest mysteries in all of nature are the mind and the universe. And that told me that this was going to be good. I just think that is the absolute truth. The universe and the human mind are so mysterious. There's still so much we don't know about them, and they're so fascinating. And the research being done and technology and advancements that we're making today are just incredible. So these are two like coffee table books kind of that I have. I love them when I'm bored. I love to flip through them. The Atlas of the Universe and The Human Brain. I just felt like showing that. Since I'm here, I might as well show some of the things that I got from Bookcon. I have these two sets of pins. I haven't read this book, so these are kind of pointless to me. But These ones I thought were super cute. I love the Treat Yourself one. And then, if anyone watched my video, my Draw With Me video, I mentioned that I was going to take these to Bookcon, and I did. I took them to New York, and they were in my suitcase, and I forgot to bring them to the convention. So here I am again with my bookmarks. And they're just going to be sitting here now for probably another year. And then I picked up this book, Mindful Me, Mindfulness and Meditation for Kids. I was so excited to see this, never heard of it or anything, but I love the idea of yoga and meditation and stress relievers for children because it's really important for their development, or really good for mental health, I think. And it's supposed to be like an interactive book, says for kids, but you know, I'm gonna read this. And then these were the 3 books that in the author breakfast, they handed us a tote bag that had arcs from the authors that we were meeting. These are 3 of the authors. And so this one is Unclaimed Baggage by Jen Dahl. I have to say the synopsis isn't the most exciting thing to me on this one. So I don't know when I'd ever get to that. This one, The Darkest Star by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I guess this is supposed to be taking place in her Luck series. I flew through those books. They had all the cliche, tropey, like YA romance and supernatural stuff, you know, really cheesy things, but it was really entertaining. Like, one of the things that's just, if you're into that, the Luck series is absolutely for you. It's so fun. And I guess this is supposed to be in that world, so I look forward to that. And then Sadie by Courtney Summers, and she's also really lovely. And it's supposed to be some young adult thriller, and it does look like it has a lot of praise. So I honestly am, like, I was looking through the reviews, and I'm actually pretty excited to get to this. Okay, so I think I'm just going to end the vlog here. It's been exactly a week since I've begun vlogging, and I wish I got more reading done, but I mean, I did get through a whole book, even though it was smaller, and I have begun to make my way through this, and I'm really happy so far with it. Like, I feel like it started off really strong and action-packed, and it's like fast-paced, at least for, I'm not bored of it right now, and that's what I was worried that I might be. I feel like I get bored easily in YA fantasies. So one last thing though, Audible, I am not a member for this because audiobooks are so expensive. Just, nah, I'm not a member. But because I'm not a member, they sent an email saying that I had another credit, you know, if I wanted to join. I don't know how to explain it. Long story short, I have a credit now available on here. I can get any book that I want. And so I was thinking of getting Hunger. I don't know if you can see Hunger by Roxane Gay. I've heard amazing things, and I love listening to memoirs on audiobooks. So if any of you have read this, give me your opinion. I'm probably not going to click proceed to checkout until maybe I get another opinion, because I also was interested in getting Quiet, The Power of an Introvert. I'm trying to decide between those 2. If anyone has read either of those, I'd love to know your input. That's pretty much it. My astronaut will end the vlog. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!